If you rewatch your own social media stories again and again, stop for a second and think. You already know what's in that story. You made the video yourself, uploaded it yourself, wrote the caption yourself. So why do you keep opening it every few hours? Is it just time pass? A habit? Or something else? Honestly, this isn't just about watching a story. There's psychology behind it that most people don't even know about. And today, I'm going to break down exactly why people rewatch their own stories. The last reason is probably the most common one, so don't miss it, because most people never even realize it about themselves. So, let's start with the first one. When you watch your own story, your face, your voice, your reaction, your brain shifts into a specific mode. In psychology, it's called self-referential processing. Simple version, when your brain sees something related to you, it doesn't process it like regular content. It automatically becomes personally important. So when you watch your own story, your brain tags that moment as meaningful, without you deciding to. You didn't choose this. That's why the story pulls you back. Your brain is literally more engaged with your own footage than with anyone else's video. This isn't a choice, this is biology. You can scroll through 100 videos without blinking, but the moment your own face shows up on screen, you stop. Every single time. That's not a coincidence. That's your brain recognizing something important. And here's the thing, this isn't a flaw. Your brain is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's keeping track of you, of how you're presenting yourself to the world. It's paying attention so you don't have to do it consciously. Now the second reason, and this is the one people think about but never actually say out loud. You posted a story, checked it a few minutes later. Did views come or not? Did reactions come or not? And if they didn't, you opened your own story, watched it yourself. Was that anxiety? Yeah, maybe a little, but it was actually something even deeper than that. In psychology, it's called self-image confirmation, meaning the confirmation you didn't get from outside, you try to get from within. By watching your own story and feeling, yeah, that moment was good. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, this was worth posting. And this happens more in people who don't have solid certainty about themselves. People who aren't completely sure how they come across, how they look. So they visually confirm themselves, again and again. Because seeing with your own eyes feels more real than just remembering. So when views don't come, it's not exactly anxiety. Your brain is looking for confirmation. And when it doesn't get that confirmation from outside, it searches for it within. Like your brain is saying, okay, nobody else validated this moment, but I will. And honestly, the beautiful thing about this is that you became your own audience. Third reason, and this one personally fascinates me the most. You've probably noticed, while watching your own story, you're mentally editing it too? Like maybe the voice could have been a little better. The angle could have been different. Shouldn't have made that expression. The caption could have been stronger. Or the lighting wasn't right. In that moment, you're not watching content. You're reacting like a judge, reviewing yourself like a film director watching a rough cut. Psychologists call this retrospective self-evaluation, going back to a past moment and evaluating it. And when this gets excessive, when every time you open a story you're only looking for mistakes, that's a sign your inner critic has gotten too loud. That inner critic isn't your enemy. It genuinely wants you to do better. It's trying to save you from embarrassment, pushing you toward improvement. But if you don't manage it, you get stuck in a loop. Record, post, rewatch, criticize, repeat, without ever being satisfied with anything you post. And that loop drains you, slowly, quietly, without you even noticing what's happening. Fourth reason, sometimes a moment genuinely hits. It was funny. It was emotional. Something genuinely good happened and you caught it on camera. And there was a specific feeling attached to that moment. Warmth, happiness, pride, or maybe just the simple feeling of being alive and present. And you want that feeling to come back. So you open the story, watch it again. Try to go back to that feeling for just a few seconds. Psychology calls this emotional re-experiencing. That moment is gone. You can't physically go back, but your brain has the memory of the feeling attached to it. And by watching the footage, you're trying to trigger that memory so you can feel that moment again. This isn't a bad thing at all. This is actually one of the healthiest reasons on this list. You're running towards something that felt good. Just one thing to keep in mind. If rewatching old moments becomes the only way to feel good, and present moments start feeling empty in comparison, then it's worth paying attention to. But for most people, rewatching a genuinely good moment is just the brain doing what it always does, holding on to the things that matter. Fifth reason, and this goes deeper than most people expect. There's a concept in psychology called narrative identity, meaning we all carry a story inside us about ourselves, who I am, where I came from, what kind of person I am, what matters to me. This isn't just personality. It's the ongoing story you keep telling yourself every single day, whether you realize it or not. Now, when you record a moment, especially when you were genuinely, completely yourself, that moment becomes a visual chapter of that story. It's not just a video, it's evidence, proof that you were there in that moment. And when you watch it again and again, you're reinforcing that story, reminding yourself, this is me, this is my life. That moment was mine, and nobody can take it. This isn't vanity, this is identity work. You're not just consuming content, you're actively building a sense of who you are by reviewing the moments that felt the most like you. And honestly, that's why people feel so unsettled when a story expires or gets deleted. It wasn't just a video that went away. It feels like a small piece of the story went with it. And now the last reason, the one I mentioned right at the start, the most common one. And this is the most honest thing I'll say today. People rewatch their own stories because they wanted someone to watch. That's it. Views didn't come. Reactions didn't come. But you thought more people would see it, or it felt like more people should have seen it. And when they didn't, your brain fills that gap by watching it yourself. It becomes a quiet self-soothing, a way of saying, okay, if nobody else stopped for this story, I'm stopping. I'm watching. In psychology, this is called social validation seeking. And it runs so deep, it's so fundamentally human, that almost every single person does it at some point. Doesn't matter how confident you look on the outside. Doesn't matter how many followers you have. That quiet need for someone to see you, for someone to notice a moment that felt important to you. It's not there because you're successful or popular. It's one of the most basic human needs. The need to exist in someone else's awareness, even if that someone else is you. You're not alone in this, not even a little. So after all of this, what does it actually mean? When you rewatch your own story, you're not being vain, you're not being weird, you're not wasting time in some embarrassing way that you need to hide. You're doing something deeply human, confirming your identity, feeling your own presence, holding on to moments that felt real, searching for the validation the world didn't give, and finding it within yourself. But here's the thing to remember. If every time you open that story, you're only asking what was wrong, what could have been better, why more people didn't watch, then the loop is working against you. It's not building you up, it's slowly breaking you down, and you won't even notice until some damage is already done. The healthiest version of this? Capture a moment, post it if you want to, watch it once, and if it genuinely feels good, just let it feel good. Smile, and put your phone down. That moment was yours, it was real, and that was enough.